Hello peeps and hello peppers, and welcome to B as in book writing. I got this hat at the flea market today, and it's like so goofy, and I mean I got it from someone who I know well, so this is pretty much the thing now. And yeah, hello stranger. It's great to have you here. B also stands for Borganes, for the place where my book trilogy is set. Even though I am in Reykjavik, which is 70 kilometers south, and yes, I shouldn't share my entire life story with strangers, but it's actually a good way to kick up a conversation to tell people I write books, especially to process my life with autism. And books are something that you can read when you have time, and that you can also leave back when you don't understand something. So yes, I am writing a fictional book about quirky people in Borganes, and actually people who know that often encourage me, and like the flea market community today says something, I'm proud of you, and I encourage you, and I wish you good luck for your deadline. And I find that so cool. And let's say there is a B as in bay in Borganes that's called Englandinkavík, the English Bay, where people claim to have seen a lot of like spiritual creatures of the type mermaids. So I also made Englandinkavík the new home of the sea monster. And I mean, short note to the drunk person who just randomly grabbed my rollator today. Some of my book characters are loosely based on real people, and like in my youth, I used to know such a nerdy writer guy who said, "And I let all the people I don't like die in my books." So the sea monster is vegetarian, but the sea monster eagerly defends its friends and family, so you might fancy not grabbing my rollator without asking. And let's say if there are any more actions of this type, of course there are also like more visible instances, like passers-by, bus drivers, and the cops who could be notified. So I have to say this now, like I am still building up my self-esteem with my visible paralysis and my autism and my ADHD and my overall quirkiness. Like, okay, the horns here, they provide like a sort of even weight, so the hat doesn't slip. But especially walking around like a living artwork doesn't give people the right to randomly grab my stuff. Let's see, because I have messy hair like the legendary sea monster. If the sea monster would actually fancy brushing my hair. Oh, have I ever mentioned, like, when I learned to write? I couldn't write for 5 cents when the teachers told me to write. But when I stuck the My Little Pony figurines that were of some soft plastic, if I stuck them onto my pen like an eraser and decided the pony did my homework, that suddenly worked really well. And actually, I'm reminiscing my school work a lot these days, because in school I somewhat made it through, but nobody ever knows at what price that came. because I was like really depressed and I couldn't talk about it, and I've always felt like a failure. And actually, I still make these huge day plans. Like the Inktober theme of the day is Inferno, but the only Inferno I could think of was a dragon that still looks kind of cute-ish, but still is huge, and I am the little lizard. And let's say the clouds are all my day plans to, uh, let's say, work on my own stuff, because to disabled people the personal is often political, and because if I really manage all this stuff, even starting it, even prepping it, because sometimes the preparation is more work than the actual thing, if I manage that, I am proud of myself, and I will feel like a sea monster with its birthday cake. Uh, and in this context, I like having conversations with people who knew me in the 80s and the 90s. Because like some stories I have basically like put into the back of my brain and prefer not to think about them, but anything that would actually support the autism and other learning methods, and even something like an isolated giftedness or something, like of the type of this German like Inselbegabung, where you're only really talented on in sort of like one sphere of life and the other ones royally suck. And yeah, stories where I really, let's say, excelled at something or got good help at something. Yesterday I was sort of desperate because I couldn't do anything about world politics, but actually today I met a good group of artists and the flea market people, and they encouraged me so much with my drawings. Like I couldn't even write anything in the writing group, but I drew what I wanted to say. And like today I also had an interesting accidental conversation with someone close to me about a person who, let's say, couldn't write anything in an elaborate way, but could tell people stories. And in this respect, the person reminded me of myself, and I still have the dream to change the school system, even though I can't do it. And I mean, I can't do it alone, and Rome wasn't built in a day, but I can share the things that worked for me. And I can maybe help maintaining and producing circles where people can do what works for them. And maybe such phenomena in the future can even prevent people from getting intoxicated. I would consider myself a quite hopeful person, and I call these weekend videos like Soul Saturday or Soul Sunday, whichever I manage. Like I want one day of the week YouTube free, unless I'm really, really, really with the condition that I can do this, because like one of my most valuable lessons from a YouTuber who I found through NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, who is also disabled. This person said, I have to do those videos when I'm in a good condition. And like, okay, in my case, a good condition is relative, because many autistic people don't feel pain the same way as other people. So let's say it can be that I'm not noticing that I'm tired. It can be that I'm not noticing that I'm hungry. And I mean, now that you have seen the B as in book, head, hat, H-A-T. I had a great day, and I hope the hat will be a totem for me to really finish the Borganes book in good time. I might want to mention that, like today, I have this shirt on, and in our writing circle, we have this practice of having like a green dot when you're willing to talk to people, and a yellow dot when you're only willing to talk to people that you know, and a red dot when you're not willing to talk to people at all. And I find that actually pretty cool. Like, as long as, of course, the system is explained on a little paper that everyone can see. And I actually would encourage at least some establishments and groups to introduce such a system as well. Because I would say it was a problem in my upbringing that I was actually told I was kind of supposed to interact with people, and like elderly relatives with my disability, they were basically scared that I would never make friends and so on, which is not accurate. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I collect teacups, very colorful ones, sometimes chipped ones. You don't throw anything out that's not completely dead. But yeah, I like making contact with people, but I'm sort of like this left balloon where you like you blow up the balloon, and then the air goes out and the thing flies all over the place until it drops to the floor empty. And that's sort of my energy, and that's why my hair mostly looks the way it looks. And that's why I also need like easy clothing. I think this is the only time that you see me undressing from something ever on this YouTube channel. Ooh, I get so high. Some people have actually like said really mean things about me needing synthetic clothing, partly. Like, let's get over it. I need a stuff that is like easy to keep clean and easy to pull off my humble body. And like the lottery on the day plan was actually a lottery to win a washing machine. I live in a building with a shared washing machine, and but some things I just hand wash as I need them. I am not even convinced I could install a washing machine in here, but I sometimes like participating in prize games, like this annual prize game where you can win a car. I don't even drive, but I like the idea of winning a car. I also watch videos about like living in a car if I'm in the mood for minimalism, and I let's say if the people chose willingly to live in a car and talk about it and talk about this process of thinking what they really needed in life, I find that actually pretty okay and pretty intriguing. I am not into monitoring or criticizing or whatever people who are, whatever the reason, forced to live in a car. Maybe I should like let the Desmosdylian draw a tarot card for good luck before this stops. Okay, a zebra, justice and balance. Show them. Yeah. The zebra means balance. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea. And that's a good closing word. Bye bye.